Welcome to the Trading Lounge and the Forex report for the Australian crosses. As you're probably aware today, we've got the RBA with their cash rate announcement and a few other announcements from the RBA as well. So, be tuned in to that or, stand aside. The current move we got here is corrective. It's also a little bit like the European markets as well, and some of those have pulled down quite a lot as well. So, and we're calling them a wave 4 down through to here, and we're still looking for a move up in some of those markets. We've gone a different way with this one here in terms of calling it corrective and calling it completed as well. And the main reason for that is that the move down through here is in 5 waves. It's not quite completed just yet, and we can look at that in a moment. But once it is completed down into the 77, 72 area, then would see an A and B and a C and a bounce. I thought that we may get it from here already, but I can still see that we've still got further to move down. So in that case, we're looking at 5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in this section here it fits as 1 and 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third and the fourth here now, and then down for the fifth. So there's not great trading today, except, well, the RBA announcement, of course. If you can guess that, that's fine. However, our main mission here is to look for the short position. Now, the short position from wave 2 is what we'd be looking for. Now, if I had made a mistake here, and let's just say that wave 1 is here, then we're going to see a larger retracement back up into 79 sort of area as such. So then we would reassess the wave count and start to work it from around this level here. But if this market moves down through here into group 2 here, 65, 72 and 80 in just below 78 here, then you know basically where we are, and then we can start looking for the ABC. So in a nutshell, yes, it can happen from here, and yes, we can get this and then it can move to here. Either way, it doesn't matter, because we're looking for this setup up around the 79 area. If it moves straight up from here, then we would be looking at the 50-60% retracement level from this point, say, to here. So then we'd be looking up a little bit higher here. But if we've got it down here at the 72 area here, well, still quite high, but I'd be looking at this block of supply here, wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and the larger number as well. So not reaching all this way up here. So let's just see how it goes today with the rates, and well, that's pretty much it really. So looking for a setup, and it's just not in play just yet. If you're looking for the long side, then you'd want 78.50 as a tested support for the long side. The Aussie yen, it's got the same pattern as the Aussie US as well, and it's moved down very much like the euro. It hasn't moved down as much. It hasn't hit a large number like 80, but 95 is important. 5 is the second strongest number, and you can always expect a correction from that point there. But once again, we've got the same pattern here as well. It is possible, like the European markets, in terms of looking for a wave 4 down here, and it does count quite nicely as a up for 5 waves here, third wave here, fourth wave here, and a fifth wave moving up through to here. But we need to look at both sides, and once again, like the Australian, we have a 5-wave sequence to the downside here, and in this case, these lows here from wave 4 here, it's already got 5 waves down, where the Australian market hasn't got that yet. It broke this low here, and it's made it quite a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in here for the 5th wave here. So in this case here, it can move up into this area through here, back to 95 area through here, and then work lower from from that point there. So yeah, so let me just move this here. So basically that's what we'll sort of be looking at here, and that's the 50-60% sort of area at the 95 here. If this pattern is the same as the euro, and then the 95 becomes the support, then of course we'll go long from that point. But we need this to play out, and we should be able to get a reasonable idea if this market's going to move up from here. Then we'll get a reasonable idea of the structure that we're actually working with here to see if we get a setup over here. If you're going to go long here, then you'd want top of group 1, which is 94.30 as tested support at that point there. Let me just drill in here a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I've got it labelled here as the A and the B already started here in terms of the A wave, a B wave, which will pull back 50 or 60% of this length here of the A, and then much the same length here would be over here as well. So it may not reach the 95. So just be mindful of that as well. The Euro Australian, we were counting 5 waves up here, which were complete, and that was at the 143. So I think we nailed that quite well. And what we normally look for is 5 waves to the downside as to start the trend. So just drilling in there for that, we can quite clearly see here we've got little 5 waves in here for wave 1, a corrective pattern here, bit of a spike there, but pulling back to the 50, 60 odd percent, probably even higher in that case. And then 5 waves down for the 3rd wave being the longest, and then the 4th wave, and then the 5th wave coming in through to here. So once again, in this case, we're basically looking for wave 1 or 2, an A and a B and a C, but 1 and 2. And in this section here, we're looking for an A and a B and a C wave here. And the C wave will have 5 waves in it, and would be looking, I think this is a nice number to look at, the 1.42772. So essentially a 272 number, which carries more weight than a normal 72. So 772 and 272 carry a lot of weight, and they're usable, and they're great tools and work well. So with this, so if this low here gets taken out, then you can just short that from there, but expect a rally here. But of course, this is going to also depend on the RBA's announcement as well. So the pound Australian, I can't really help a lot here. At this point in time, I need a little bit more price action. Now, first of all, I know that on this daily chart from this major trading level 2 here, I know that the move down here is corrective. I just don't know how big it's going to get. Now, it is possible that we have wave 1 and 2 in play here as such, up for 1 and back for 2 here, because it counts quite nicely as a 5-wave structure. And then we'd be looking at this as an A and a B and a C here for 2 over here, so to speak. And then we do actually have a little 5-wave structure up there, so it can be 1 and 2 here. It can move up from here. It can do that. But this pattern through here has got overlapping wave structures as well. So it could move down further, and we just get a larger correction occurring. So I just don't know yet. So not much of a help here actually. So what we were looking for here, we'd worked out that we'd be coming back down to the old lows here as a B wave, and then up here as a C wave, as I called it, and then looking to move further down from that point. But at the same time, I know this little 5-wave structure up here can give us an impulse wave to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got to here, we understood that was that, and then we'd be moving lower from that stage. But right at this particular junction here, we've got this move down here that really fits as an ABC correction here. So I mean, our main thing is that the market will move lower through here, but until it gets a nice clean move through here and takes out this situation here, then it is possible for it to develop support and work higher from that point. So just going to have to be a little bit careful in here. If it finds support on 93, then we can look at that situation of moving higher through here. And it fits here as an A, and it won't get complicated, and a B over to here, and 5 waves for the C wave here. So it could certainly move up from here. If it doesn't do that, then if it takes this low out through here, set an order up to short through that old low there. But while it's above that, I wouldn't do that, because there is a count that can take it higher, and we simply just need to move past this so we know where we are with it. That's all. Alrighty, well I'll just have a look at the Australian Swissy as well. Now, that rally, those corrective patterns that we're looking on the daily chart or 4 hour, so forth, for the Australian US and the Australian yen and so forth. Now, those patterns where they rallied up weren't that clear as corrective patterns, but when we look at this particular market here, the Aussie yen, we can see that we've got a very clean 5 waves, 3 waves here as a corrective, A, B and C here. So it's possible now to see 5 waves down through to here, and we're looking for a little bounce here and then down again from this point here as well. So so we got 5 waves down to this low just on the 15-minute chart. So essentially we're waiting for this bounce. Now I can see that this little move here, it counts quite nice as being a corrective wave here. Main point here is that we just need to allow this to mature to the upside, and so we can get a grip on when it's completing. So with corrections, they're best left to mature and then move in the right way. Okay, cheers.